And now we're getting to you our main spotlight focus story. This young man named P. Naveen uploaded what was seen as an objectionable and offensive Facebook post. What followed was unforgivable, unpardonable, unacceptable and shameful. And 206 people have been arrested as a result of that meaningless violence and rioting by a group of men, a mob really, that attacked a police station and destroyed property. But as the investigation continues, a spotlight is now on Naveen, the young man, the nephew of a Congress MLA who uploaded that picture in the first place. And a war of words is now on over who got this boy to do that. Was it the BJP? Was it the Congress? Or is the truth somewhere in between? It's been just 3 days. Calm now prevails. But these images have left Bengaluru scarred and won't be forgotten anytime soon. As the Bengaluru police cracks down and makes arrests, the biggest political eruption is now over the youth seen to have triggered the shameful violence. Nephew of Congress MLA Akhand Srinivas Murthy, P. Naveen is the youth who posted a derogatory image of Prophet Muhammad that sparked a shameful, violent mobilization just hours later. After registering an FIR against Naveen for promoting enmity between religious groups, the Bengaluru police arrested Naveen. But in the wake of the violent backlash to his Facebook post, an all-out war of words has erupted over whether Naveen is a BJP agent or a Congress supporter. The face-off between the big guns of the Karnataka BJP and the Congress has also led to each side digging up Naveen's earlier social media posts, like these of Naveen openly supporting Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, DK Shivakumar himself, and even former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. Denying this evidence, the Congress says Naveen and his Congress MLA uncle didn't even get along and had nothing to do with each other, and that Naveen had a history of communal messages on social media.
Why they are not reacting now? Why they are silent on these arsons and why they are silent on this? Is it a signal to say that secularism is only selective? Why the secular parties or the so-called intellectuals, the so-called leftist intellectuals or urban naxals are not reacting on this?
Attacking police station, attacking police officers. So they are supposed to protect our safety and security. This is condemnable, our party, and we already condemned it. And I am confident our police will take correct action.
The three questions that stand out now are whether Naveen was a free agent or working at the behest of either the Congress or the BJP. Since social media posts and comments show him supporting both parties at various points of time, did he switch affiliations? And finally, was his post designed to spark the violence? Naveen's family has also broken its silence on his activities.
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದ್ದ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯವನಾಗಿದ್ದ ಇಂಟೆಲಿಜೆಂಟೇ ಆಗಿದ್ದ ಯಾವುದೇ ಈ ಥರ ತರಲೆ ತಪ್ಪತ್ತ ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೇ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಯಿತು ಅನ್ನೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೇ ನನಗೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅನುಮಾನ ಇದೆ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಅವನು ಫೋನು ಮೊಬೈಲು ಲಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಯಾರೋ ಬೇರೆ ಥರ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಇವನೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಇವನ ಹೆಸರು ತೋರಿಸ್ಬೋದಲ್ಲ.
With politics outgunning everything else at the moment, will the truth ever be known? Bureau Report, India Today. It's also now becoming clear that the Bengaluru riots could have been a political conspiracy. While the police has already arrested SDPI District Secretary and named 4 others from that group as accused, today a Congress corporator's husband was also arrested in connection with the riot. The question then is, was this violence a spontaneous act or a political conspiracy?
Bengaluru will never forget what happened on August 11th night, when an angry mob went on a rampage over a derogatory post shared by Congress MLA's nephew. BJP has been up in arms calling the riots a conspiracy by the Congress and SDPI. And now what adds more fire to the politics is the arrest of this man. He is Kaleem Pasha, husband of BBMP corporator Irshan Begum. He was arrested on charges of participating in the riots.
The members belonging to the opposition party have actively convened with the rioters and unleashed violence in the two police station limits. Will the Congress party now expel Kaleem Pasha from the party?
BJP is also calling the riots a well pre-planned by the Congress and SDPI.
ಯಾರು ದಂಗೆ ಮಾಡಿ ರಾಜ್ಯದ ದೇಶದ ಆಸ್ತಿನ ಹಾಳು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಅವರ ಹತ್ರನೇ ವಸೂಲಿ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಆಗಿ ಒಂದು ರೂಪಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಎರಡನೇ ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ದಂಗೆ ಈ SDPI ಇರ್ಬೋದು ಉಳಿದಂಥ ಸಂಘಟನೆಗಳನ್ನ ಇದ್ರ ಬ್ಯಾನ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆನೂ ಕೂಡ ನಾಡಿದ್ದು ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ 20ನೇ ತಾರೀಕು ಕ್ಯಾಬಿನೆಟ್ ಇದೆ ಅವತ್ತು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಂತಿಮ ತೀರ್ಮಾನ ತಗೋತೀವಿ.
Congress, on the other hand, says that BJP is doing politics and demands judicial probe into the violence.
The DCLE is not far away from Vidhan Soudha or Commissionerate Office or SP, their DCP office. I don't know what is the reason why so late action has been taken.
A vitiated political atmosphere has just begun. And while investigations continue into the flare-up, expect the politics to get hotter. Bureau Report, India Today.
Joining me live from Bengaluru this evening on 5 Live, Malavika Avinash, a senior leader spokesperson of the BJP, Brijesh Kalapa, senior leader and spokesperson of the Congress party. Malavika Avinash, I want to come to you first. Two big developments today in the case. One is the arrest of Kaleem Pasha, who is the husband of a Congress corporator, which the BJP and the state government now say establishes the Congress link in this entire riot. The other is the political, tug of war that's going on, Malavika, between the Congress and the BJP over who this Naveen actually was. You've also tweeted about it. DK Shivakumar has said he's a BJP supporter. You've put out certain tweets saying that, it is very clear that he supports the Congress party. Is the truth getting lost somewhere? Who is Naveen according to you?
Shiv, I request you to indulge me a bit. I'll take you back just a few years. I suppose you would have heard the story of Bhasmasura. Now, Bhasmasura goes to Shiva and seeks a boon. And Shiva gives him the boon. The boon is this, that whosever head he puts his hand on will be burnt. Finally, Bhasmasura lands at Shiva's doorstep. And Shiva runs to Vishnu and the story continues. All I am trying to say is, in 2015, the then Siddaramaiah government unleashed 1,500 of them under trials, all of them booked for rioting. They were members of the PFI and the SDPI. Now, following that was a series of violent deaths of RSS and BJP workers in the state. Now, this is the larger picture. As the story proceeds, the SDPI realized that it was the Congress with which it was fighting for votes. And therefore, the SDPI started attacking the Congress party. The first such attack was on Mr. Tanveer Seth of Mysore, who was an MLA, who continues to be an MLA, and who won by a very slim margin against the SDPI in NR. Now, the next one is this one against Akhanda Srinivas Murthy. So I urge you to see this pattern of how the SDPI is now, on this turf war with the Congress party. Also, you must understand that within the Congress party, there are some who are for Akhanda Srinivas Murthy, some who are not. Okay. Akhanda Srinivas Murthy is an inductee from the JDS. So obviously some are swarming from within. So there is an eruption from within the Congress and there is an eruption from the SDPI and hence this clash. This is the political side of the story. The other one, I continue to say, I've said it on every possible debate, this was no simple riot. This was no communal riot. It was not against any community. This is arson against the state.
Okay.
The SDPI and the PFI wish to tell and terrorize the state machinery.
Okay.
Be it the police station. I have lived here all my life. I have never seen a police station being burnt in a riot.
Brijesh,
now, to what extent will they go?
Okay, so multiple things being said there. Brijesh, one, the turf war angle between the SDPI and the Congress. B, the internal rivalry within the Congress itself apparently manifesting itself in this violence. and see the identity of Naveen, which the BJP continues to say, Brajesh, is a Congress supporter, not a BJP supporter, as is being alleged by the Congress party?
See, Shiv, as far as the police is concerned, and I've been in government also, as far as the police is concerned, they have to deal with a number of situations. Whether it's a turf war, let's accept for a moment that it was a turf war, right? Now, if it were a turf war, here is a Facebook post which has come on Sunday, right, at 4 p.m. And till Tuesday, there are series of people going and agitating and telling the police, please, have this offensive post removed. Nothing is done by the police, right? And for 48 hours, until the whole situation goes out of hand, the police remains absolutely quiet, right? Let's assume that there is a turf war. What were the police doing? Were they waiting for a situation like this to develop? If a situation like this develops, then let me ask a further question. Who benefits? Does the Congress party benefit? If there is a clash between the Hindus and the Muslims, does the Congress party benefit? It's ultimately only one party.
There was no clash between Hindus and the Muslims.
This was just a mob attacking the police.
I don't know why these people get...
No, Malvika, I'll come to you, but Brajesh, that's a fair point. This wasn't Hindus versus Muslims. This was just a mob attacking a police station and destroying property. This wasn't Hindus versus Muslims.
No, but there have also been homes burnt, Ashif. This is not just a mob attacking. You're contradicting your own story.
No, that's fine, but that was a reaction to what the police was doing and to Akant Srinivas. This was not Hindu-Muslim in the sense that we understand it.
I should have objected right in the beginning. I kept quiet.
Okay, Malvika, let Brajesh finish his point, then you can answer. Yeah, Brajesh, finish your point.
Now, the second part is that as far as what she said about SDPI and PFI about cases having been withdrawn, cases were withdrawn against the Bajrang Dal, against RSS, against BJP workers also.
No, they weren't.
Malvika, you can answer him. You can answer him. You can answer him once he finishes. Let him finish. Let him finish. You can answer point by point. Yeah.
See, now the point is that cases were withdrawn against PFI, SDPI, against RSS, Bajrang Dal, against everybody.
Okay.
Because why? Because these were petty cases. Somebody is participating in an agitation. So cases are withdrawn. So you don't say that, look, cases are withdrawn, therefore SDPI has become big. So first is, if you're going to make a basic premise and you're going to say that, look, the situation got out of hand, either you don't know administration,
okay.
because you let a situation go out of hand, or two, you wanted the situation to go out of hand.
Malvika, okay, let Malvika answer that question. Malvika, you want to rebut that? Then I have a specific question on Naveen himself, because that is the young man who is under arrest now for causing enmity between religious groups, on whom the spotlight of the investigation also is. First you, Malvika, rebut what Brajesh has said if you want to.
You see, Brajesh has stated wrong facts. This Facebook post came up at about 7 o'clock as a reaction to another post. I won't go into all that. Following the post, these guys went to the police station. The police registered a complaint. They said, wait, we will fetch him and come, then we can talk. But they said, no, you have him inside, bring him out. And then they started demanding for him, and whatever had to ensue. This is what happened. So the facts are not going to change just because Mr. Kalappa chooses to change them and claims that the police was silent over it. Why would the police be silent over it if they realize that about 100 people are standing outside agitating? All right, so let's not get the facts wrong. Now, as far as this Naveen chap himself is concerned, and before I go into Naveen, let me also tell you that this was not a Hindu-Muslim riot. As much as Mr. Siddaramaiah has been trying to say
about Naveen, Malvika, let's talk about Naveen.
Not communal violence. Yes, about Naveen. Now, we did not know that there is a person called Naveen ever, right? The BJP is at least not aware of his presence. He is Akhanda Srinivas Murthy's nephew, so perhaps some in the Congress must have known him. Certainly, we do not know who he is. Why he makes these posts, why he welcomes his DK Shivkumar Anna, why he says Rahul Gandhi is the biggest leader of this country, all of this the Congress has to answer. Initially, on day one, Mr. DK Shivkumar was at a loss. Therefore, he said Naveen is a BJP supporter. That's all his defense was. Today, when Irshad Begum is out there in the broad daylight and her husband, Kaleem Pasha, who was the de facto corporator of Nagavana ward, happens to be from the Congress party. Today the buck stops outside Mr. Siddaramaya's door. He has a lot of answering to do. Please tell us who Naveen is, who Kaleem is, why Akhanda Srinivas Murthy's house was burnt down, and why was the state machinery
2 points. Okay,
being burnt down like
let Brijesh respond on those 2 points. Brijesh, the BJP says that the arrest of Kaleem Pasha, who is the husband of a corporator from your party, establishes a link. They say that there is evidence against him. And point number 2, the various social media posts by this young man Naveen from as recently as May and June this year, show him openly in support of Congress leaders, including Rahul, Priyanka, and even DK Shivakumar. 2 points.
See, as far as Naveen is concerned, why he has done that will be known only in a police investigation. But you have also shown posts where he's praising Narendra Modi, where he's saying that only Mr. Modi will become the Prime Minister.
Yeah, which is why they're asking, has he switched affiliations?
Here is a person. See, why does this lady speak?
No, let him finish. Let him finish, Malvika. I'll come to you.
The etiquette of, conducting a debate.
No.
This is not done, Shiv.
No. Brijesh, please speak. I'll get Malvika in after you finish.
Yeah, so first is that as far as Naveen is concerned, we don't know what the facts are, but obviously he's also tweeted in favor of Modi. Obviously now he said something which suits the BJP narrative. So how do you say that straight away he's BJP or Congress? We don't know. Let the police come to a conclusion.
No,
so the point is, the
Malvika,
point is how do you establish something, Shiv? It is for the police to establish something.
No, sure. I am only asking the questions here, Brijesh. I am only asking the questions.
I understand.
And we are also saying, is it possible that he switched affiliations? That's why I'm asking.
As far as 48 hours to remove something highly offensive, highly objectionable, I think it's unpardonable. Unpardonable. And, there are people repeatedly coming and saying, look, it's regarding the Prophet, please have it removed. And the government doesn't move, and there is no social media post removed. I think this was the real the trigger to the entire event. Not that I'm condoning the violence, those people who are behind the violence, including whether it's Congress, whether it's BJP, whoever it
Irshad Begum, no answer on that.
I'll come to the Irshad Begum angle in just a moment. Yeah,
so you asked a question about Kaleem.
I'll come to the Kaleem issue in just a moment, Brijesh. Let's instead of diluting, just one second. I know I asked both those questions. Just for a moment, let me get a response on the issue of Naveen. Then we'll go to the Irshad Begum and Kaleem Pasha issue. Malavika, on the issue of Naveen, Brijesh says, let the investigation happen. You've put out those tweets. They're on my screen right now showing Naveen, sort of congratulating Rahul Gandhi, Priyanka Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, and DK Shivakumar. But the Congress says, who knows? This could be the BJP is doing. He may be doing this at the behest of the BJP. Since he has praised Narendra Modi before.
Let me tell you that my post was a response to Mr. DK Shivkumar's first response to this violence.
Yeah.
He did not condemn who did it. He did not condemn the violence. All he said was a BJP supporter did it. Hence this response. We do not know who Naveen is. We will wait for the investigation. Naveen is behind bars. Naveen has been arrested. So we are not mincing our words. We don't know who he is. The police will tell us who he is. The answer shall be sought on Kaleem Pasha, who is A7 in the FIR, who happens to be the husband of Irshad Begum. Now, those are the questions that the Congress needs to answer. About Naveen, we are willing to wait.
Okay, that's fair. So they're willing to wait on the Naveen issue, which the Congress has made a big deal out of. What about Kaleem Pasha? You wanted to answer that question, Brijesh. Go ahead.
See, as far as Kaleem Pasha is concerned, as you know, Shiv, this garment is a beleaguered garment. This is the second time that there has been a firing. We have not seen firings in Karnataka for a long, long time. And the last firing, police firing, was during the Yadurappa term last time when some farmers were killed. Earlier, during the first part of his term, there was firing in Mangaluru. People were killed there. This is the second firing. So obviously, this is an inept government. They don't know what the hell is happening. One. Two is that if they arrest somebody who is from the Congress, then they try to establish a connection with the Congress party. Now, what kind of role is attributed to Kaleem Pasha, we don't know. Merely making an arrest and saying A7, I think Malvika has also studied law. So I'm sure merely by making somebody, arresting somebody and, saying that he was also part of the entire conspiracy, that is neither here nor there, unless there is a role attached to it. Now, what that role is, God alone knows, right? But the clear point is that the BJP is trying to shirk responsibility and say that, look,
No, we are not.
we had nothing to do with the whole thing.
Okay,
right?
okay,
So obviously they will make a couple of arrests of the Congress
I
party.
will just speak one sentence
Yeah,
after this.
This is to be answered in the court of law.
No, because Malavika, leader after leader, minister after minister has been certain from the word go that there is a Congress pattern and a Congress hand here. You're saying you're willing to wait as far as Naveen is concerned. Then why is it so clear that there is a Congress hand on the back of the arrest of someone like a Kaleem Pasha? Why shouldn't the investigation continue without the political blame game is another question that arises.
The BJP is not interested in the political blame game at all. I told you right in the beginning, this is arson against the state and the same shall be investigated. Those responsible shall be punished. This kind of terrorizing shall not be allowed in Karnataka. We are very, very clear. The Chief Minister has instructed the Home Minister as well as the Commissioner of the Police. I have been speaking to all the senior officials. They have clear orders to be merciless when it comes to catching the culprits. All right, so there is no missing words there. We are not trying to politicize also. Let me also tell you one more small little thing here. Shiv, I will be straight with you. Sarvagya Nagara, Pulikeshi Nagara, these are not places where the BJP really wins elections. We barely retain our deposits in these seats. So there is no question of polarizing or politicization from the side of the BJP. This is a tough war between the Congress and the SDPI. Like I told you right in the beginning, it is for the Congress to set its house in order, and it is for the Congress to now politically deal with SDPI. That is the truth in front of them.
So basically,
and they are willing to let go of Dalit MLA in the bargain. For them, it's appeasement versus Dalit.
no, this has actually become quite conspicuous, Brajesh. I'm sure at some level you would also agree with me that the Congress's lack of a caveatless, disclaimerless condemnation of what has happened by the people who indulged in this violence, appears in some ways to support what the BJP is alleging, that this is an internal, localized kind of conflict that the Congress finds itself in.
No, see, I don't know why you have to repeat that, Shiv. You said that to me yesterday also.
Yeah.
I don't know why you have to repeat that because it's not obvious to anybody else, perhaps only obvious to you. So I don't want to say anything further. See, as far as, the Congress party is concerned, Congress party has said right from day one that act against the agitators. What is the caveat attached
surely
to
that's
that?
the basic minimum.
Since we have been in government, since we know how bad government works, if a government doesn't act on a complaint where there is an offensive post made, and if you have seen the IPC, every section of the IPC...
But how does that justify the violence is what others would ask.
Wow. So every single social media post has to be acted upon in less than half an hour, or the city will burn.
Malvika, let Brajesh finish, then you can have the last word. Yeah.
There's a jack in the box.
No, finish, Brajesh. No interruptions.
Yeah, see.
By making personal comments, you are losing the battle, not me.
Malvika, let him finish. I'll give you the last word. Yeah.
In the IPC, there are so many sections in regard to communal flare-ups. Why? Because as a nation, the subcontinent is very susceptible, very influenced by these communal flare-ups. And that's the reason the police have to act very quickly, with alacrity, wherever there is an allegation that there is a communal issue. Now, the police are told 48 hours earlier, look, there is such a communal post, and the police doesn't act. So obviously,
nothing justifies the violence. No, I'm sorry, nothing justifies that violence. Whether the police. But Brajesh, you are still at one level justifying what happened. That's dangerous.
SDPI not banned.
Brajesh, at one level, you are still justifying the violence. On India Today, you know very well, Brajesh, that we have questions for the Karnataka police. We are asking questions of the Karnataka police and the Bangalore police about whether there was an intelligence failure, whether there was a failure to act in time, whether there was incompetence in being able to preempt this mob assembling in this dangerous manner. We are asking all those legitimate law and order questions. But I am saying nothing can justify the violence, even if there was incompetence, even if there was a lack of will from the police to preempt what happened. How does that justify this violence?
Why are there so many sections in the IPC, Shiv? Because we are, as a country, we are easily incited. That's the reason. Don't you understand that?
But not in Bengaluru. That's the point. Not in Bengaluru. Bengaluru has never seen such rioting, in 25 years, sir.
Because of the ineptness of the government is clueless
Brijesh,
on
there
how
is
to
something...
run, or either they're planning to do something like this, so
Brijesh,
that, there is anger, on both sides.
Brijesh, you are from the state, I am from the state. When in the last 25 years have you seen something like this happen? That is precisely what proves that there appears to be an organized element to it.
Which allows the situation to develop into this kind of a communal frenzy. It's only ineptness of governments that do this.
Well,
normal governments don't do it. That's exactly the point. We've had good governments earlier.
Okay. Malavika, last word to you. Is the investigation going to continue? There's there's a very vitiated political atmosphere in Karnataka, and it is in the atmosphere that this investigation must make those who are responsible pay the price for what they've done.
Let me reiterate what I said right in the beginning. Since 2015, we as a party, BJP and the Sangha Parivar, RSS and its workers have been at the receiving end of the violence of the PFI and the SDPI. The Congress party presided over it till last year. Now we are in government, we shall act. Please wait for us to act.
For 6 years, it's insufficient time? Is 6 years insufficient? To ban an organization is 6 years insufficient?
Malavika?
You took 40 years to ban Cine. You took 40 years to ban Cine. The Vajpayee government had to come in 2001 to ban Cine. Don't talk to me about banning. It's not easy banning an organization. If the organization headquartered in Karnataka that we can ban it, we have to write to the center. The center has to get enough evidence. It will be like a criminal out on bail. We ban it today, tomorrow they'll be out if there is not enough evidence. They'll go to the Supreme Court and come back to action. This is not an easy process. British, you're a lawyer. Please speak responsibly. What did you do for 5 years? Did you write once to the center to ban them? Till we came in? The BJP was repeatedly writing to the center. Did you as a political party, as the Congress government, did you once write about any single murder of the RSS or the BJP once to the center? Did you once write?
Brijesh, you can answer. Let her finish. You can answer. You can answer. I'll give you time, Brijesh. Yeah.
She's asking, but she can have an answer to the question. Why not ban for 6 years? And now
what do you mean ban for 6 years? The violence in Karnataka started in 2015. In
Malavika,
did you once write?
I can't have both of you speaking at the same time. Malavika, one second. Let him say something, then you can answer. Brijesh, go ahead.
Don't go digressing. Answer straight. Did you once write?
Let me reiterate what I've been saying all along, that the BJP and the SDPI are hand in glove. If there is a
Brijesh can come up with all kinds of theory. I am sorry, I will not sit and listen to all these.
Okay. No.
You may have the patience to listen to all these falsities. I don't.
No, this is, come on, this is a political crossfire. This is stuff you've been hearing for years, Malavika. It's not like it's something new. You can answer him. You can answer him. You can answer.
Narrating his own story.
Madam, look, the BJP says the SDPI and the Congress have a turf war that they are fighting. The Congress says the BJP and the SDPI have a fixed match. There is no substantiation for any of these allegations except for circumstantial evidence on the ground based on what has happened. Let Brijesh have his say, then you can answer him on the issue of SDPI and the ban. You can answer him comprehensively, point by point. Brijesh, finish your point.
Yeah, so Shiv, I've been saying and I've been repeatedly saying, and today, in fact, the former Home Minister of Karnataka, Ramling Reddy, also said the same thing. And we have experience, because whenever the BJP has to win an election, they do a deal with the SDPI locally. And this is existent throughout Karnataka. I don't know about the rest of the country, but throughout Karnataka and certainly in Hyderabad. So there are several instances where the local BJP MLA or the local BJP leader is in touch with the SDPI.
Okay.
Because whenever there's conflagration, it either helps the BJP or it helps the SDPI, or it helps both of them.
Malavika,
who's the biggest loser? The Congress party is
almost out of time. Malavika, last word, you can rebut that on SDPI, BJP fixed match. Answer that and then I'll end.
I think right in the beginning I told you what the deal is between the SDPI and the Congress. They are both fighting for the same votes. So if they have any axe to grind, it's between them. The BJP does not get those minority votes, neither does it believe in appeasing. It is these two political parties which are hoping to gather those votes, and hence this behavior between the two of them. As far as action being taken is concerned, for 5 years the Congress party was in power in Karnataka, thereafter Mr. Kumaraswamy.
Okay.
All 6 years, not one letter was sent to the centre seeking a ban on either of them.
Okay.
After the BJP came to power, the BJP is making this attempt, and a genuine attempt at that. We will investigate. We will have enough evidence to take to the centre so that the centre can take a considered call.
Okay, so there's once again a promise that action will be taken and the wheels of the ban will begin to turn again. We'll have to see if it happens. It hasn't happened in 6 years. The BJP says it's a process. We can't jeopardize it by moving too soon on it. We'll have to see how it actually works out and whether the truth of this riot comes out amidst the current politics. As always, we will leave it to our viewers on this debate to decide. Malvika Avinash, Brijesh Kalapa, always a pleasure. Thank you for being with me on this discussion here on 5 Live.
Hi everyone, Preeti Chaudhary here. Hope you like this video. For latest news and analysis, like and subscribe to the India Today YouTube channel. And don't forget to press the bell icon to stay updated. Thank you for watching.